Alright guys, so now we are going to talk about the section 2.6, operations and composition. So we are going to try to perform 4 arithmetic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And this is where you need to understand again that if you don't know what you're supposed to know, you can find the answers. This is exactly this kind of problem that you have to be efficient and find as quick as you can the answers. Like this, you will have more time to solve the problem that you feel uncomfortable with during the exam and during the final. So the first thing you need to focus on is trying to remember the definitions, and the definitions of f plus g of x. It's going to be pretty easy, f of x plus g of x. So we're just adding both equation together, and we just combine like term, and we end up to have the answer of f plus g of x. We're doing exactly the same thing for f minus g of x, which is going to be f of x minus g of x. At that point, you need to pay attention. You need to use your parentheses right here because you are doing a subtraction. And so, if you're not putting a parenthesis, you are going to end up to have only minus 4x and then plus 10. So, please pay attention, use your parentheses. If not, you will make a mistake. And then you distribute your negative 1. Once you distribute your negative 1, you end up to have negative 4x and negative 10, and then you can combine and you will find the answer. Same idea for the multiplication. Now we're having fg of x is going to be f of x multiplied by g of x. And when we're having a division, it will be the division of these two functions. F of x divided by g of x this time is equal to f over g of x. Alright, we have also to talk about composition, and if I want to talk about composition, I need to understand and remember that now we are going to talk about f o g of x. So if I focus on this one, we're having f o g of x equal f of g of x. What does that mean? That means that when we having f of x and when we having g of x, well, f of g of x, you have substitute the value, or should I say not the value, substitute the x of your f of x by the function g of x. So again, I repeat, when you have f of g of x, that means that you substitute x inside your f by the function g of x. And let's try to solve the problem number 2, the example number 2, all right, regarding the compositions. So I'm having f of x, oops, and I'm going to use another color because I think this color is not appropriate. So I'm having a value of f of x, and this value of this expression of f of x is 8x plus 1, and I'm having an expression g of x equal to 5x minus 6. When I try to define f o g of x, I know I'm supposed to calculate f of g of x. So I'm going to take the expression of f, which should be 8 times x plus 1. And now, because I'm calculating f of g of x, I'm going to substitute the x by 5x minus 6, and you will notice that I'm right away use my parentheses, okay? And now I just need to continue what I'm supposed to do, which is distributing my 8. 8 by 5 is going to be 40x. 8 by 6, negative 48, plus 1, and so I end up to have 40x, negative 47. Okay? So now let's try to do the other one, the other example B. And in this example B, I'm going to ask you to do it by yourself. You just need the only thing I want to put an emphasis is reminding you that when you have g of f of x, you are going to substitute the x of g of x by f of x. Then combine like term, do the different operations, addition, subtraction, in order for you to find the answer. All right? Okay, so as you can see, there is the example 3 for A and B, showing you what's going on when we're asking you to find the value of f o g of 2. Okay? Let me try to show you something on the side. So guys, let's look at the expression of f o g of 2. Well, I know that f of g of 2 is going to be f of g of 2. So if I calculate g of 2, what is g of 2? G of 2 is going to be 7 times 2 plus 4, which is going to be 18. And so now f of g of 2, it is f of 18. And if I go back to the expression of f of 18, f of 18, it's going to be 9 times 18 plus 2. And 9 times 18 plus 2, it's going to be 164. 164. 164. Okay, and if you compare what I've done with what you have right here, we're having exactly the same thing. Okay, take a look at this B, and you should be all right. So I'm going to ask you, and I will let you do now the example number 1 right here with A, B, C, and D, as well as the example number 2, A, B. And let me do the example number 3 with you. Let me do the example number 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite f of x equal 2x minus 6. I'm going to have right here f of x equal 2x minus 6, and previously I had g of x equal 4 over x minus 1, g of x equal 4 divided by x minus 1. The question is find f o g of x. So if I want to find f o g of x, what I'm going to do for the A is I know that f o g of x is f of g of x, and it's supposed to be 2 times, and I substitute the value of x by g of x, so 4 over x minus 1 minus 6 equal 8 over x minus 1 minus 6. Now if I want to find the b, and let me do the b right here. So that was the A. Okay. Let me do the B right here. For the B, I'm going to have to calculate g of f of x And so now I'm going to have 4 over, and the value of x inside my g of x will be substituted by f of x. So it's going to be 2x minus 6 minus 1. So I'm getting a 4 over 2x minus 7. I'm going to let you do the problem number 4 on your own, the example number 4 on your own. Now, let's take a look at the difference quotient. This is, again, a definition that you need. You don't need to memorize this formula, but you need to be able to manipulate the formula to find the different quotient. So, for that, we are going to work this example number 2. I'm going to calculate f of x plus h first. F of x plus h, it is 3 times x plus h plus 2. I substitute the value of x by the new, which is x plus h, and then I distribute. So I end up to have 3x plus 3h plus 2. And now I just need to calculate the different quotients, which is f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. I end up to have 3x plus 3h plus 2 minus, open parentheses, 3x plus 2 divided by h, and I end up to have at the end of the day 3x plus 3h plus 2 minus 3x minus 2 divided by h, 3x minus 3x plus 2 minus 2, and I end up to have 3, because h divided by h, let me represent this as a proper h. Okay. Example number 3, I'll let you do the example number 3. It should be easy for you to find the expression of your different quotients. Don't be afraid. When you have to calculate f of x plus h, you're just substituting x plus h inside your f of x. What was x is now x plus h. So you're supposed to have 2 times x plus h squared minus 4 times x plus h plus 5. What you will have to do is calculate x plus h and then find the different quotients by applying your formula.